What's going on, y'all? It's your main man, Joey Sparks. That's Two E's No Why. You heard me, that's Two E's No Why. Welcome back to the Old Head Reviews channel. And in this video, we're going to discuss episodes 1 through 3 of She-Hulk. Let's go. Welcome back, y'all. Appreciate the support. Let's get back into these reviews, right? Remember, we're going to just focus on discussing what we saw and not all the extras. So I appreciate you rocking with me. I'm gonna go through episodes 1 and 2 very fast, being that I didn't give them their individual due. You heard? We get introduced to Bruce Banner, and he has an inhibitor on his arm, and that's keeping him like not turned into the Hulk, right? Some tech that he figured out. So Jen, his sister, I'm assuming her name is Jen, or I'm just pulling that out from somewhere, but she goes to visit. They go for a drive. They get in a wreck, and quite crappily explained, a few drops of Bruce's blood got into her, which is kind of true in the comics. She needed a transfusion, but I guess for the sake of what Disney's doing right now, they just needed to move the story along. And let me speak about Disney and the Marvel sector really quick. Part of the reason why I took a break on doing some of the reviews is because I saw a lack of effort and a rush through the MCU. And I don't know if you feel that way. I have faith because they gave us 10 years of some classic shit, excuse my French, but like this, this phase 4 or whatever, I feel like they rushing through it because they got some really dope setups later on, but they're just kind of speeding through some of these setups. I had to get right with understanding I'm not going to get quality like I thought, at least right at this moment. Hopefully they're building up for quality later on, but right now, temper my expectations, and I'm assuming y'all are feeling the same way with it. So boom, back. So Jen becomes She-Hulk, right? And She-Hulk can kind of go in and go out, or at least be conscious and aware of what's going on when she's in the Hulk. And they're kind of, when she comes to, I guess, or something, Hulk has transformed back into Smart Hulk. And so he's just Smart Hulk this whole time. And she and him practice. They go through the montage of her practicing how to control her stuff as She-Hulk. She's decided she wants to go back and still work. And she wants to forget that she's ever been that. She just wants to keep it tame. She goes back to trying to be a lawyer. A bad guy breaks through. She hulks out, saves the day. Now everybody knows who she is in the world. News is covering it. She actually, I think, gets let go from her current firm and then gets hired by another firm. This guy who wants her to head up the superhero division, law division, right? The only stipulation is he kind of wants the notoriety. He wants her to be She-Hulk this whole time, right? When she shows up in court, when she goes to work and stuff like that. So that was kind of, yeah, whatever. And then pretty much we back up here to episode. In episode 2, they did go visit Abomination. He's trying to get paroled, and then right when episode 2 ends, her boss, She-Hulk's boss, says, "I hope you got this under control." She goes, "Why?" He goes, "Turn on the news," and we find out that there's new coverage that Abomination was spotted at a Kumite underground fight or something like that, which is actually footage from when Abomination was present in the Shang-Chi fighting Wong in the Shang-Chi movie. So boom, now we're caught up to episode 3, right? Hang tight. Real raw, you feel me? You know what I mean? Okay, so boom. Now we're here to episode 3. Like I said, kind of dry and moving through. I want to talk about some of the things I saw that I kind of liked, right? Which was because I feel like this is another one of those series that Marvel is putting in place to kind of rush us to a later spot in their overall arcing story, that they're not going to spend too much time on this. Like, they've had cameos every every episode, and even Jen herself had to break the fourth wall and speak to the camera. Now, I like the breaking the fourth wall, speaking to the camera in this series. I think it's one of its pluses because it just kind of gives at least a little uniqueness, considering the fact that there's not that much substance going on, that character building. They rushed through her origin story, and now they're trying to create, I don't know. There were three episodes in. I don't know what kind of problem they're overall creating or what's going to be the main bad guy coming up. I'm assuming episode 4, we're going to start to dive into that a little bit more. But, I feel like we got another comical kind of episode. And I will say this. The fans got on Marvel for the CGI for the trailer, and some of them were cleaned up, but this one here, when she was walking in them pants to go talk to the other lawyer who was hiring them because he got duped by the shapeshifter, man, them pants, the bell bottom leg, wonky, look like a Sims character walking through the office. I was like, man, Marvel, you got to do better. You got to do better, man. This is the reason why some people like myself might even be falling off. So they got to clean that up. They did, once again, another cameo. This one was Megan Thee Stallion. I don't care about Megan Thee Stallion, not in the least. She just kind of, she sells what she sells, and I don't find that to be that much substance. No hate to her, but I know some people were probably super ecstatic. And, this kind of goes along with the overall, the She-Hulk. Sometimes I hate when they kind of sneak a little social politics in there, like she's stronger or faster than a man, or she got to be able to control her, and then they thrown in this girl power, but like, who should we get? Let me get some girl who, and if y'all think Megan Thee Stallion is a good, musical representation for women, I feel like you might have let the ball drop on that, Jack. That's my honest opinion. So you take that to the bank. I don't care. Yeah, and then they kind of ended it with Wong being able to. The parole hearing happened, and Abomination was able to get free due to Wong's witness testimony. He said he was the reason why he forced Abomination to leave. He needed a worthy opponent. And then the prison turned their eyes to Wong, and Wong did his little and dipped out and was like, peace, I'm not you on the run. I'm a felon now. Wong a felon now, Jack. Yo, man, that's kind of like, so far, 3 episodes in, once again, moving the story along. Do I feel like it's hopefully going to lead to something good later on? Hopefully. Like, they've introduced, like Wolverine in an Easter egg off to the side on one of the computer shots. They're so, and like in Mrs. Marvel, they spoke to mutants being in the MCU as calling her one. So I'm assuming, they're setting up, right? And this is a vehicle to set up through, and I'm assuming they found it easy to do so because there's not that much action going on, right? There's not that much action. Episode 1 had a lot of action, but it was crappy CGI action, right? And so hopefully they're setting up this story that later on we get a big collaborative, like Avenger level event, and all the fighting in that is top notch because it's a fight now. We've laid all the quorums and the issues, and then we'll get to, the Thanos type threat level. But anyway, man, I appreciate y'all sticking around, tuning back in. If you enjoyed this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I'm going to try and do this weekly. Whatever is out there on the thing, I'd like to be reviewing it, especially since I don't have to go in and nitpick the edits, if that makes sense, Thumbnail, title, boom, that's it. You know what I mean? Also, if you're enjoying this series, please tell me what you thought in the comments below, you know what I mean? And if you're not, if you're like me, feeling like Marvel's rushing through it, give me a thumbs up because, we need to tell them, hey, you got to do better. You got to do better. And then other than that, I'll get back in the swing of things. This is like, I'm feeling rusty. It's the first time talking about some cinema in a while. So I'll be better next time. Until then, appreciate you stopping by. I'll holla. Peace.